Welcome students, my name is Vinti Singhai. I did my engineering from College of Engineering Kota. I have been associated with Ask IITians for 3 years and have rich experience of 5 years in teaching my students to get themselves prepared for IIT Main, Advanced and other engineering exams. Taking my journey further, today I will start with the chapter Theory of Equations. Now, theory of equations is a very easygoing and scoring topic. Here we will be learning topics like location of roots, common roots, equation reducible to equations. The weightage of theory of equation varies from 4 to 7% in engineering exams. So, let's begin with the first part of this topic, which is Introduction to Theory of Equations, wherein we will begin with polynomial equations, their degree and number of roots. Theory of equations can be combined with other topics like trigonometry, coordinate geometry and calculus so cleverly that you can get very good questions from it in both Z Main and Z Advanced. So students, it's very important for us to have a strong knowledge about quadratic equations. Okay, so for our ease, basically I have divided the whole theory of equations into subtopics, okay, so that we move in a very smooth phase and finally we are capable to solve very good questions, okay. So the first one that we will be taking is expressions, equations, identity, okay. Slowly we will be talking about equations, how to find the solutions, then more about roots, their sum, product and nature. Then nature of roots, graphical representation, location of roots, common roots and equations reducible to quadratic equations. Okay, I may put it like this, that these first 4 topics, they are very important in Z Main, okay, because very small and tricky questions are formed from the first 4 topics, and from the last 4, yes, you can get very good questions from Z Advanced. Okay, now it's not that you cannot get a question from first 4 in Z Advanced, it's nothing like that, but what I mean to say is that very small tricky questions can be framed from first 4 subtopics, and from last 4, yes, we can have good very clever questions from them. Okay, so first of all we should be aware that what exactly is a polynomial. Okay, so polynomial, suppose I am taking px equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus anx raised to the power n. Okay. Now over here you can see that a0, a1, a2 and an, all these are coefficients. Okay. That means they have some specific value. It may be suppose root 1, root 2, 5, 7. Okay. Understand this thing that here when I say this, these are coefficients, it can be, all of them can be real, okay, they can be non-real also, okay, and some of them can be real and some of them can be non-real also, okay. Now the second thing is x is a variable, okay, over here x is a variable and you can also see that the power on it is n, okay. X raised to power 1, x raised to the power 2, over here x cube. So n always has to be positive integer. That means I cannot say n cannot be negative. Suppose can I say n can be minus 5? No, it is not possible. I cannot have it say 3 by 5. Okay, it has to be integer. Okay, so if it is not, I will say it is not a polynomial. So this is the very basic thing, but you have to be very clear about this. Now, the highest power on the variable is called as degree. Okay, so you can see that over here n is the degree. Whatever is the highest power is becomes degree. Now, degree is very important because when we will be talking about the number of roots, okay, again it would become very important for you to understand what is the degree. Okay, so just keep in mind whatever is the highest power on the variable, that becomes my degree. Now let us take one example so that it would be very clear to us. Suppose I am taking a polynomial, I can take anything. So suppose I am taking root 3 x raised to the power 7 plus 5 x raised to power 6 plus 2x square and minus say under root of minus 10. Now many students will say, ma'am, it is not a polynomial because I am having under root of minus 10. See, I have told you coefficients can be real and it can be non-real also. Okay, when I have all coefficients which are real, okay, we simply say that it becomes real polynomial. Okay, and when I have all of them non-real or some real, some non-real, so I will put it like at least one non-real. Okay, in that case I will say non-real polynomial. But remember that yes, it is possible that coefficients is non-real also. Okay, now when I say what are the coefficients, you have to understand this thing that if I ask you coefficient of x raised to the power 7, that would be root 3. Coefficient of x raised to the power 6, that would become 5. Coefficient of x square, that becomes 2. So it matters if I am asking you coefficient of x raised to the power 0. So you will say, ma'am, it is minus under root of minus 10. You have to be aware about the sign as well. Okay, what is the degree of the polynomial? Now degree of the polynomial is the highest power. So you can see highest power is 7. So over here degree would be 7. This is some very basic things, but yes, we should be aware. Okay, now let us see when my polynomial becomes polynomial equation, right? So it's quite simple. This is an expression, polynomial expression, and when we have equated it to 0, okay, you can see that we have equated it to 0, so it becomes polynomial equation. Now, polynomial equation, why I say the degree is very important? Degree is important because you can see that here degree is equal to n. So that means it will always have n roots. Now what do I mean by this n roots? By n roots I mean to say that for n values of x it will be equal to 0. Okay, that means suppose I am putting x equal to x1, I am putting x equal to x2 and for x equal to xn. For all these values, this whole expression a0 plus a1x plus a2x square and so on till a and xn raised to the power n becomes equal to 0. So these are the roots, or I may also say that these are the solutions. Okay. Now when I say I have roots, they can be real and they can be non-real also, right? That is sure that I will have total number of roots equal to n. Some of them may be real and some of them may be non-real also. Okay. Now a very important point to be noted is that real polynomial, that means when my all coefficients are real, I will always have non-real roots in pairs. Now what do I mean by this? Suppose I am having one root as 2 plus 3 iota. Okay, so that automatically means that my other root will be 2 minus 3 iota. If I am having one root as 1 plus iota, that implies other root would be 1 minus iota. So that means that number of imaginary roots will always be even. Either it would be, I will say number of imaginary roots, so that will be either 0 or 2 or 4 or so on. Again it would be even. Okay. So let's just understand it again, that suppose we are taking a polynomial equation a0 plus a1x plus a2x square up till a and x to the power n, and I am taking all coefficients to be real in this case. So you have to be very careful about three major concepts. Okay. Again I am putting it like this, that it has x real roots and y non-real roots. I hope you can tell me how many total roots it will have. Definitely total roots would be equal to n. Okay, no matter whether it is real polynomial or non-real polynomial. Okay, but total number of roots will be n. But if I am assuming that x real roots and y real roots it has, so x plus y equal to n, the summation would be equal to n. Okay, now because I know that imaginary roots always exist in pairs, so y would be even number, non-real roots 0, 2, 4, right, always in pairs. Okay, and finally I can say that x can be even or odd. Now why? Because I know that x plus y is equal to n, right? Now y is always even and this degree can be even or odd. So depending what is n, even or odd, I may say that x can be even or odd, both of them. Okay. Now when we talk about this, let's move to quadratic equation. Now polynomial equation can have any degree, right? But when this polynomial equation had degree equal to 2, it becomes a quadratic equation. Okay, so I may say that if I am taking ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, okay, so here you can easily see that degree is 2, so it becomes a quadratic equation. Okay, very important here, a should not be equal to 0, because if a is 0, in that case this coefficient of x square will not exist and it won't be a quadratic equation. Okay, now because we have seen that whatever is degree, here degree equal to 2, so that automatically means that it will have 2 roots, right? Now if I say that a, b, c, all of them are real, right, that means all coefficients are real, so that means what all I can have, either I can have 2 real roots, okay, I can have 0 real roots and 2 non-real roots, and these non-real roots will be in pairs. Okay, can I have 1 real and 1 non-real root? No, this is not possible because non-real roots will be existing in pairs. Okay, now let's move to the illustration so that this thing becomes very clear. Now here students, I have the equation ax raised to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, and here 2 roots are given, 2 plus 3 iota and 1 minus iota. Now one more information is given, that we have to find other roots if coefficients are real. Now because here coefficients are real given, so we will be using the logic that in this case imaginary roots will be existing in pairs. That quickly means that imaginary roots, if exist, they will always be in pairs. So that means if I am having 2 plus 3 iota as one root, right, so I can say that this implies 2 minus 3 iota will be other root, and 1 minus iota is one root, so that means 1 plus iota will be other root, right? Now, so that means I got the 4 roots, 2 plus 3 iota, 2 minus 3 iota, 1 minus iota and 1 plus iota. So even if I am supposed to find equation, I can write my equation as x minus 2 plus 3 iota, okay, then x minus 2 minus 3 iota, then we have x minus 1 minus iota, and finally x minus 1 plus iota, right? So this becomes my equation and I can solve it and get the final a, b, c, d, e also, okay. Now let's move to other illustration. If one root of this equation is 2 minus iota, find the other root. So there is a lot of confusions in this question. What students think? Students say that it would be 2 plus iota, because generally we are always in hurry. Okay, we want to give answers very fast, and definitely it will there be in the option also, because question setters, they are very clever. They know where you go wrong. Okay, so they will say that it is 2 plus iota, but you have to understand this thing, that here nowhere it's written that coefficients are real. And if I see that iota minus 2 into 1 plus iota, 2 minus iota, all of them are non-real. So that means I cannot say that non-real roots will be existing in pairs. Okay, so how are we going to find it? We will be seeing this question in the further presentations, right, wherein you will understand that how we can find the other root. Okay, so for this time I can just tell you the logic. We know that product of roots is constant term upon coefficient of x square. So 2 minus iota upon iota, one root is given 2 minus iota and other root state is beta. So I can say that beta is 1 upon iota, just using product of roots formula. Okay. So this was all in introduction to theory of equations. Now I think you have understood what is polynomial, what is polynomial equation, how to relate degree with the number of roots, what are the coefficients of the equation, and how do we talk about nature of roots. Students, have you ever thought what happens when number of roots is greater than degree? So for this you have to stay in tune with me for the next part, which is identities. Have a great day. Thank you.